Let's go!
You are watching Hype TV, the Metaverse Access channel.
Let me bring you up to speed. I'm Doug Hype. I'm Aaron Rodgers' guru.
No way.
No, Dougie, you rock.
Some of the top games into space.
The game is it seems to only have positives. Everybody seems to really like it.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons.
There is evil here.
But hey, I'm addicted. I've got 15 heroes now.
Amazing. He's got something up his sleeve.
I learned that I'm kind of an esports geek now. Classy Games, you did fucking phenomenal.
You don't get these opportunities often to be able to just have some of the best players in a game.
That's just how you do it.
This is Web3 right here, baby. Let's go.
Don't forget to watch out for chunkers. Let's go.
Hype, baby. I'm pumped for Dragon's Crossing.
We did it, guys. We did it. All of us did that together. We did it. We are here. We survived the 4-day span of not being able to play like Dragon's Crossing or whatever. You know what I mean? What is that game? I don't even remember it. It's been like 3 days. I don't have attention span. Is there a season 2 coming out? I don't know. Just kidding. We have patch notes.
With draws, I resorted to coming up with my own merch.
I do like that merch.
Hey, I just realized you have a Dragon's Crossing hat, and it looks it's almost exactly the same as mine. Look at that. Look how similar our hats are.
Mine's exclusive. I mean,
yours is. Yours was exclusive. In fact, I think yours is more street than mine. Yours is street style Dragon's Crossing.
One of one.
Hey, do you want to run the street gang for Dragon's Crossing? Remember when people used to have street gangs, like street teams, like for like their indie rock band, and you go around and put posters up everywhere for like your indie rock band and your emo bands, and you're like, we're the street team. We're gonna go out on the street, letting everybody know that Martha's Vineyard's Death is gonna be playing tonight at the rave. So like McNasty, I see you as a dude that would be like head of the street team, where everyone's like, McNasty, you're the coolest dude here. You're the head of the street team.
Obviously.
And we need merch, and because like you can't fake good merch and good cool stuff. If people want cool stickers and pins for their jackets, you know what I'm saying? Like if Sting walked up to you in the early days of the Police and you'd be like, he's like, bro, can I get a sticker? And you're like, here's a hat, actually. Take this hat, right? My Dragon's Crossing hat.
You've got two options. It's either got to be primo or not, and you got to run with it.
Yours is primo. Yours is
DJ Jazzy Freshman.
DJ Jazzy Freshman, what is your grade on a scale of 1 to 10 for his hat and my hat? Okay, go do my hat first.
Okay. I'm going to give it probably an 8. It's solid.
It's pretty good. It's pretty straight up. You could wear this if you were like a cowboy at the rodeo or if you're just like gaming. Either one.
Very
it's very
flexible.
Versatile. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Sergeant Filthy McNasty? What would you give him as rating for his?
Before you answer that, I don't know if this does anything. I wrote it with scented marker.
Ooh, you can see
like a throwback.
That's
a throwback.
That's an 11 all day long.
Is that like a large post-it note that you use for the merch?
It is.
I didn't even know they had that size. Let me look at the comments section. We need right now for you to vote. Who has the better hat? Kung Fu said he's been checking the announcements every 30 minutes today, and we have patch notes. He's not on the show, so right now, Kung Fu, you don't know nothing, all right? You've never even seen the patch notes. You don't even know what Discord part that they're in. They're definitely not in hashtag patch notes. Also, JB out there, J to the B, down in the streets. Me and JB rumble in the Discord. We're like fisticuffs. It's like if you had brought like Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger together, but instead of doing the handshake with the big muscles, they like punched. They actually just like went at it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's like in the Discord. Because he's like, I'm gonna ruin flea mechanics, and I'm like, don't ruin them. Like maybe adjust them, bro, but don't like completely demolish my flea abilities. Because how am I gonna survive? I'm gonna die so much, dude. And I have some flea mechanics on my guys, but also there's other elements of the game where you can help with flea really well. So we're gonna talk about that. There's a lot of changes in the game. So we had a big show. We had Doc on, who won first place, and he talked about winning first place. He had 3 of the top 10 guys and characters and ladies. And he had certain strategies in place. And guess what? All of his strategies that he used are now no longer in play. In fact, I'm almost wondering if they went and said, like, hey, let's take out who's the big guy and just completely fucking crush him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who got first place? The 3 of the top 10? Okay, whatever strategy is, let's completely destroy his strategy and not let him do that ever again. Because, not to, like, be mean to him, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. But now that you had that alpha and everyone's like, hey, that's what I'm going to do. Now they're like, guess what? Your whole plan that you were going to do, we're laughing at your plan. That's what JB's doing right now. In fact, I'm going to go in the Discord right now and tell him that, JB.
You know, up until recently, I was convinced the strategy for the game was to die as often as possible. I may have broken records. I can't confirm that. I would want a dev to be able to
I would really
that.
like to see, like, the person that has the most deaths, like, from their wallet. Can you look at the wallet address and see, like, who has the most?
It's embarrassing, but I'll tell you this much: you get to a point where you've doubled down so much. It's like, I know I've got flip flops and a ranky ass knife, but I'm gonna try and take out the boss. I mean, no surprises there. It was always a fail, but you've committed so much after like your 8. Like, there's just no going back.
David
Don't worry.
versus Goliath.
I'm going to save your guys' butts because I have an army of warriors now. I went out and I was like, look, the warriors are badass. I know they're going to balance things out, but still, think about it. In RPGs, who solos the best? Warriors. Like this armor, all the armor mitigation they do, bro, amazing, right? So, like, I purchased a bunch more freaking warriors to just wreck shop. I'm sorry. I know that they're going to balance things, and Steven, he says, don't taunt JB. It'll make it even more miserable. Look, man. Like, the key to this game, the alpha is not dying. So how do you not die? Is have good armor and good, like, defense, right?
Is that how you win championships?
That's how you win. Like, when we talked to Doc, he was like, yeah, I won because I had, like, really good quickness and, like, being able to escape at any moment, right? And he had good defense, too. But, like, he got really lucky also. But most people that got placed high were warriors. Like, out of all of the characters, warriors were able to beat the end dude because they had a little bit, like, better armor. And a little bit better armor goes a long way when you get over, like, 60, 70%, 80% armor mitigation percentage. Like, especially if you have a good armor amount, like 20, then you can survive. If not, dude, you could be critted 50, 60, whatever by the end boss, and you're just like, what do I do now? I'm toast, right?
Let me pitch you a curveball here. He may have won, but did he have fun doing it? Because I had fun dying 8 times.
I had a lot of fun playing the game. In fact, did you see the stream I did with Citron where, like, he tried to get first place and died, then I died with 3 of my heroes against the end boss. And we pretend that we won. We're like, we won, and Citron got first place, everybody. Look how good we are. We beat the boss. In reality, we got our head stomped in. In fact, not only that, he was doing kind of okay versus the boss. And I was like, in my heart of hearts, I know you can do it, man. And he's like, there's no way I'm going to win. And he started to do better. And we're like, oh, shit, maybe he's going to win. Then all of a sudden, he's just stomped him for like 59 points. And you're like, oh, my God. Because it was down to like... It was down to like 8-8 or something, you know, with hit points. So whoever hit first was going to win. And he just literally like cut his head off. Like, you're done.
I don't even know what the boss looks like. I was still fighting bears. You know?
You're still like zone 3. McNasty's like in zone 3 being like, you mean the daily boss? Is like a giant bird? I think it's like a bird. Hey, didn't see you started the stream. Hey, Doc's online. Doc's here. We were just talking about you. It's the Doug Hype Show. Chozo's here. So we were just talking about you, Doc, and you. Okay, this is the thing, Doc. Feel free to actually.
All good things.
I'm gonna text if you want to jump in this stream and talk about it, Doc. You can and come online with us. But this is the thing, Doc. They literally listened to our stream where you talked about all your alpha of how you won season 1, and they literally just released patch notes saying everything that Doc did to win, we just destroyed. Like you can't do that. You're just good luck, bro. Like you're done for. Like okay, so here's the thing, Doc. Okay, literally the first thing they said. In the patch notes, this is the first sentence. It's not even a sentence, it's a phrase. It's like a liner in like a rap battle. RIP to the no healer meta. Like he's like, JP's not only destroying you, Doc, he's like fucking like battle rapping you as he does it and throwing it in your face. RIP to the no healer meta. See you tomorrow, baby. All right. So, you know, that's gonna maybe we're gonna have to make like a little rap about that, okay? RIP to the no healer meta. Wouldn't want to be so okay. If you used even one quest, if you start the day and use even one quest, all 15 of your quests are now counted automatically. So in the past, what you would do if you wanted to be a cheater, not just kidding, not cheater, it's just totally like legal. What you would do is at the end of the day, if you had like 3 or 4 battles you could do, but you'd have to heal, you just wouldn't do them and you wait till the next day because you get an auto heal the next day. So you save that quest. So each time you do that, you're saving one quest, but you're just elongating how long it takes you to get to the end boss, right? So that's a really great strategy because the question is, will I make it in time? Will I not? It's actually not like cheating at all. It's more of just like, what do I think works better? You're kind of like mitigating that. Now,
who's patient enough to do that then?
Yeah, patience. Now, though, is gone. If you log in, you have to use all your quests. So basically what I'm saying is like that wasn't like illegal or bad or nothing. It was just how it was. But they said like, hey, we don't want you to use the same strategy season 2. We want you to have a different strategy and change it up and think differently. So the whole stream you did, you guys together, means nothing. And you can throw it in the garbage. And and so if you watch that, good job, everyone. You got punked. Literally, JB's not only throwing punches in the Discord and talking so much trash, he's talking trash in the patch release notes. I don't know if you've ever seen this, guys. You've ever seen someone talk trash in the patch release notes?
I've got impulse control, so let's start there. Second, I will say that it'd be nice if they wrote it into the code somewhere. Like trashing in code into the game, and you would only know if you were like super nerdy and into that. And it's like, well, what a super dig. He's never gonna know.
That's the Sergeant Phil McNasty. You're like the super underground punk, like Fight Club dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you only don't talk about Fight Club, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, there should actually be. It should be like Disney, where in the artwork or somewhere in the games you just see stuff where they're just like the guys laughing at you, like you thought you could do, the no healer meta. Acheron shows up and he's like, "So you guys like no healing, huh? Do you? You like that no healing?" He's like, "Guess what?
Who needs hidden Mickeys when you've got hidden trash talk?" Is all I'm saying.
Hidden Mickeys, dude.
It's like Easter eggs if you find them too.
So like, okay, that's the big thing is that the no healer meta doesn't work anymore. A lot of people thought about doing it. Now it does relieve a lot. It makes the game easier just to show up and play, where you just use all your quests. You don't have to sit there and think about it and agonize. So actually, they're kind of relieving agony with that. They're kind of, because otherwise you have to sit there and guess and think and do calculus and whatever. They're trying to actually make the game easy to play and just about the best decision making. Now, because that decision making is part of it, but it wasn't like you wouldn't think that would be the most important decision making. Whatever, it is what they're doing. So we're gonna do something different this time and try that out. Who knows? They could revert it in the next season. So this example, you go on vacation and don't play for 4 days. So for those 4 days, no quests are used. As long as you don't log in and press play and actually use a quest to do something, then it's going to be no quests. But it says if you quest twice and then don't use the rest, all the rest of that 13 quests you didn't use will still be counted against you, right? So once you do one quest, all 15 are going to be counted. So you got to do all the whole day, okay? So which is what a lot of people probably assumed was the case in the first place anyways, right? Like a lot of people might assume that's just how it worked. You know what I mean? Like you just use up all the quests because we only have so much time. But that is what the alpha is for this patch notes. And I wasn't even do a stream today because really the game doesn't release till like midnight. So tomorrow we'll do stuff to do the season 1 kickoff and talk about it and play on July 4th or 5th. But we got patch notes that are talking major trash. So I'm like, we got to go live. We have to. And we got to bring the 2 most trash talky people, McNasty and Mint, that on the stream. I don't know if anybody else there is good at talking trash.
I don't know who I'd mint that is, but I think you're referring to DJ Jazzy Freshman. That's cool.
Yeah.
He wrote that down. He has a sticky note.
Mintalicious,
Totally
all right? AKA the Mintalicious, all right?
Respond to anything with mint in the name.
Like, what do we got? The Shamrock Mint Shake at McDonald's. Could I call you Shamrock? The Shamrock Shake, the minty Shamrock Shake.
We're not gonna go there.
We're not going to go there. Okay.
Some people, that's their favorite. The shake machine never even works.
Look, there's also the Grimace Shake now. So,
Doug Hype's just scratching at scabs. It sounds like we should leave that alone.
Yeah, we should probably not do that. Let's share some of the little comments. Review channel, 6 intern in the house. Yeah. Certainly is my spirit streamer.
Mine too.
6 intern, where are you at, bro? Why aren't you up in here? Okay, what are you trying to just like do some like soul binding and stuff? Too wholesome. He's too wholesome. He says you can't be a trash talker. You're too wholesome. All right. Sorry, I haven't been sharing the chats as much as I should.
He's like low key. Like you wouldn't think that about him, and then he comes out of nowhere and he's like trash talking you in the code.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't even see it coming.
You gotta be low key about it.
I'm gonna start DMing people the link to come on the show randomly. Like, let's see, who should I send it to?
Send it to Sticks intern. He'll show up.
Let's see, where are you, Sticks, in my inbox? There you are. I'm gonna send you a link right now. He's not my friend on Discord here. I just added you as a friend.
Calling you out. Sticks
Yeah.
intern.
So it's his problem. Too low key trash talk expert, whatever. Yeah. I think Sandwich said he might think about. He's busy today, but he said he's gonna try. This is the problem in life, just so you guys know. Chair's in the house. What's up, Chair?
Hello, everyone. Happy July 3rd.
Happy July 1st, 3rd. Hey, today's official patch release day in America. I don't know about other countries, all right? I'm in Denver, Colorado, all right? So the patch release has happened, Chair, and we've been talking about it. Did you know that the patch release is mostly just there to talk trash?
Oh, that's fun.
Like literally the first line says, this is the first line of the patch notes. It's like a battle rap. RIP to the no healer meta. You know what I'm saying?
RIP to the no healer meta.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to be healing ourselves a lot more.
Well, the no healer meta is basically what Doc did to win, where like if you have like 3 or 4 quests left and you have to heal, you just don't do anything and you wait to the next day and to play those quests. Because what it does is it saves you that healing quest, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he used to place and kick everyone's butt in the first season. But you can't even do that anymore. Once you log in and press a button to use a quest, all 15 quests are then counted automatically and it's just assuming you're going to use them.
Yeah, I was using that strategy too. To no avail, I only have 1 character, but that's exactly what I was.
Yeah. And so a bunch of people did that, but some people also might assume that you had to use all 15, whatever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of strategy involved. It's very cool strategy. But the thing about this strategy now that's in place, I was talking a lot of trash to Jason saying that, like, sorry, JB, and saying that he hates us. But in reality, it's actually quality of life because now you don't have to think about that as a strategy. You can just think about the other stuff. It's like relieving you of something you have to think about. Now, it might have given you an advantage because other people aren't thinking about it, but now that's just the deal that we have. Basically, Jabe's over here saying, like, whatever you want to happen, I'm just going to, like, put a knife in it in the back and just, like, crush it. And it's going to be, like, game over, right? Whatever you want. And then you're going to have to adjust and figure stuff out, right?
I'm going to double down and just say how bad I was. There were times where I died with 13, 14 quests still, like, under my belt. Like, that just... Whoa. It was bad.
Maybe, you know what? If you guys really want... Maybe I should share my screen on Discord and we'll just actually see the patch notes up here. You want to look at them real quick? Here, let me show you. So we went through and said RIP to the no healer meta, right? You saw that, right? Every single skill has been changed. Jabe knows how to deliver messaging, bro. He knows how to deliver messaging, all right? He's like, every single skill has been changed. So now, the example he gave is, instead of like the skill saying like, 2 dice plus 6, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now all the skills, almost all of them, some way have your attributes in place. So this is the problem. My season 1 meta actually is perfect for season 2 because I did up all my skills, all of them. So now all your skills, all your attributes count towards skills. So now instead of a skill just being in a set number, it's like a division or a multiplication of one of your attributes that you have: wisdom, strength, and agility, right? Or quickness and charisma. So as we find the skills now, because we don't know exactly how they're balanced, we have to find them, I think. We're going to have to figure that out of like, what if you have a warrior, what other things do you put it in? Probably charisma, because that seems to be a warrior trait for their skills. But yeah, that's interesting. So, like, if you find a bug, report it, blah, 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 blah. So basically that's it, though. The skills are all changed to, like, give some variance on your thing. So leveling up actually becomes more powerful now because all those little adjustments that you make through leveling up, your attributes, right, count more. So, like, it might change the meta, whereas, like, when you beat the boss, being level 19 versus 17 might make a little bit more of a difference, I guess. So that's interesting. What do you guys think about the new skill meta with attributes being involved, is that going to change your strategy going forward? Like, are you going to now invest differently? Oh, look, we have Doc. Before you answer, we've got the season 1 champion here. All right. Can you hear us, Doc? Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Bow to the champion. In fact, you know what? You know what, guys? I have to apologize for a second because I actually probably should do this. You know, I have to upload it. Okay, Doc.
Hello,
Doctorus, you're here. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so congratulations on winning season 1. You had 3 of the top 10. Have you read the patch notes? Are you reading them along with us as we go? What's going on with you?
You pop bottles of champagne.
let's read it.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can
He
hear
can,
you.
and he's
Can you
trolling
hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah,
yes.
he can.
No, I had some lags.
Oh, you have a lag. Can you tell us how you think about the patch notes and them destroying your meta? You can no longer do the no-heal meta, Doc.
That's fine with me. I already told you in the previous video I came up that it will be better for the game too if I cannot use my strategy or
right,
the
so you're saying
meta.
it's better. Why do you think it's better? Why do you think it's better to do it this way?
I think it's going to be more competitive now because if we could just not heal, everyone would go like do 5 quests and we will all stall forever until the end of the season. So we will start. We would start. Everyone would start and do 7 quests every day, and
it also makes it easier for people that start
a little
later.
bit boring.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for people that start later because the sooner you start, the better you could use that mana, but now you can't use it.
Yes, I agree, and this is very good for the Rift Heroes too, because the thing I said is that if the same thing applied in Season 2, the Rift Heroes that were gonna start at 5-6 days after, they had no chance to win. So this is very good for the Rift Heroes too. And I am actually gonna... It wasn't the case, and this change didn't happen. I wasn't gonna summon the Rift Heroes.
Oh, I see. You were not going to summon Rift Heroes if it wasn't the case because then they wouldn't have a good chance of winning is what you're saying. Yeah. Also, I believe that they're going to, I mean, this is not officially announced yet, but I was talking to Bloater Punch about potentially even extending the season a couple days because the Rift Heroes can't be used till the 7th day. So like that would be difficult for a lot of people to jump in at that point. So right now there's discussions about just like making the season a slight bit longer. We've got Brown Gent on the channel right now. I'm not going to let him come on just for a second because I have a surprise for him. Okay. It's not really a surprise, but it's kind of right. So Doc, before we bring Brown Gent on to give us more information in alpha, let's look at the patch notes real quick again. Actually, you're in my DMs right now. Let's go back here. So let's look at this. Now, skills are now all going to be changed where you can use their attributes to in all the skills. Do you think that's going to change a lot of the strategy in the game? Having now based on attributes, because before you put all your stuff into like the main stat into like quickness and stuff, and you kind of drain the other ones that didn't use them. Are you going to change your strategy now?
Yes, I think the best strategy is to differentiate, let's say, 3 or 4 different groups of heroes. To do that, you have to have skills on all of them. I don't think anyone will have, let's say, 6 skills in 10 different heroes. But I'm going to try to level up, let's say, 3 different groups of heroes. In one, I might do quickness, in one charisma, and in another one, I don't know, secondary stat that might...
That's great. So that's a good idea. I have like 10 heroes now or something. So like, because I'm awesome like that, I'm going to now do that. Like pick out, hey, these three, I'm going to do this. Like my warriors, I'll do something and like pick a different strategy because one of those is going to be good because I need to flex. That's really good alpha. We are going to bring on Brown Gent right now. Oh, hold on. Hey, Brown Gent. Hey, guess what? Check this out. Introducing Dragon's Crossing, an addictive Web3 game modeled after Dungeons and Dragons. With just 15 moves a day, you must find the right balance to navigate each zone and climb the leaderboard. In the meantime, you can also find NFTs that will bolster your chance to win or can be traded to other players.
Lots to do. You understand.
Season 1 gave out a whopping $13,000 in prizes, and we only expect it to grow from here. Make sure you're ready for Season 2 by picking up an NFT hero through our limited time mint or via the secondary market on OpenSea. Will you be our Season 2 champion? Check out our website, dragonscrossing.com, for more information. Let's go! Brown Gent, did you like that video? Is this the first time you saw it?
This is the first time I'm seeing it. It's a nice video.
Thanks. I really appreciate you. I know you've never seen this. You had no part in this video also.
Is there a box around my face?
There is.
Yeah, so there's like a targeting. I just changed my entire setup.
You're targeting, and what do you have, like a sniper on you?
Duck now.
I gotta go change the DSLR settings. I like read about.
You got the DSLR settings, bro. You got. Is that a different camera? What are you doing?
Everything, dude. The whole thing has changed.
Oh, you changed it all up. That's cool.
My entire view is different because I changed everything.
You know, it's crazy because my camera started bugging out on me because I upgraded to the recent OS for Mac, and like it's not compatible with Sony camera stuff. So now I'm like on my webcam on my laptop for today. Lame.
I'm gonna have to bounce, Doug. I really appreciate it. One recommendation to the dev team. You know, it'd be nice to be able to play the game to finish up the season for those of us who didn't get to see. Like, I would like to know what happens after Bears. Like, honestly, like it'd be nice to sort of see what happens next. Even if it's non-competitive, right? You know, finish up the last season for those of us who didn't wrap it up. Anyhow, with that said, BG, Chair, Doctorus, catch y'all later.
Thanks for McNasty for coming on the show. You're the man. And also, did you see his merch that he had, Brown Gent? You might have missed it. He had a special hat.
I saw it on the top. I was looking.
Special custom hat. You know, we did a contest. I don't know if you saw it, and we compared this hat to his custom hat, and this got an 8 and his got an 11 out of 10. So he did a good job on that hat. You know, this hat's great and it's amazing, but his hat, I mean, it's like got a hole on. He even has smell vision. Like it's got a brown scent marker that he used. So now we're all here. All the super experts are here at DC Dragon's Crossing. Okay, we got the experts in the house. Okay, so have you checked out the patch notes yet, Brown Gent?
I just find amazing that like Doctorus and the others like sort of influence like they did so well that like basically they're like, we gotta change the game.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta swerve on them. We can't let them just like ride up on us like that, right? But he also said he recommended to them that they do change this and put that in the game, right? So, like, I was making all these jokes like JB likes to like battle me in the streets and likes to like cause trouble and stuff. But in reality, these changes will help people, make it easier for them. Not a big deal. But and so that's the thing is, okay, so first we got quests, RIP to the no healer meta, which is awesome. They started rap battles in the streets. We got skills being based on attributes. And Doc says that what his strategy is going to be is he's going to take different groups of heroes and try different things with them, because now that attributes are going to be part of the skills, we're not sure exactly which ones are going to be the best one for the skills. We can guess that, like, you know, quickness is going to be important because, you know, the other meta is instead of using flee skills, is just to have really high quickness, right? So that's a meta alpha that you only heard here and nobody else knows that.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys, actually. Do we know if all the heroes set to the original stats or are they skilled?
Yeah, so they all get reset to the original stats.
Yes.
Right back to ground zero. So they're exactly how you purchase them. And then there's not, the only thing they keep is the skills that you put on them, right?
No, I was wondering because I saw people were like talking about certain mints were just way more valuable, like just because like they hit a certain number on the RNG.
Well, it's weird because like it's super RNG based. Like, you know, I have a mythical one, but like my rare is way better than my mythical as far as stats go. So like, and that's all that really matters.
Exactly. And that's why I was wondering, like when they reset it, do they give you that opportunity or is it, sorry, You're starting.
It just is what it is, and the only thing that the rare and legendary and mythical things have that's that much better is like you can have a small, tiny uptick in like finding NFTs, right? Like the summoning shards, just a little bit, but like it doesn't really actually help you like in battle at all. So Brown Gent is on the AI hit list. That's what's right now with your thing. Okay, so this is the thing with skills. Now, monsters, this is the thing. Check this out. Let me share again. Oops. I'm going to share one more time so we can see what the patch notes say. All right. So you know I'm not lying. Monsters have, some of them have different stats. Over rely on your knowledge from season 1 at your peril. So the whole idea of these games is to screw you over. If you think you know what you're doing and you get comfortable, you're going to be screwed. You have to really pay attention, right? In fact, I wish J to the B was on here with us right now. So he'd probably just sit here and laugh at us. He'd probably just be eating milk and cookies, being like, I'm the king. I do what I want now. Like, go off and like play the game and get wrecked, right? So they may also have a different skill or particular note of the monsters is in the prairie and forest may be slightly more difficult. So the beginning areas of the game now, it looks like, are going to be more difficult. They up the difficulty in the beginning of the game, and maybe the end game is similar and not more difficult. Like, because that was already difficult enough.
I think they did a good job like scaling the enemies, because like at the start I found the starting enemies hard, and then like it sort of progressed, right? Like once you got to zone 4, of course you go back to zone 1. It's going to be easy. Are they saying that, like, it'll be easy now?
Well, okay, and now we have new non-combat encounters. So, like the orb and the fruit, I mean, are they replacing it? Or are they still there? We don't know exactly, but they're going to be
4 of them, right? 4 new ones, yeah.
So there's 4 new ones now. Also, keep in mind that, like for the orb, most people didn't realize if you just click no on it, often it gave you your quest back. But
what?
Yeah. But this is the thing you have to understand, Brown Gent, is that and it was obvious if you were paying attention, you would see that the quest was not taken away or it was given back or whatever.
I never hit no.
But this is the thing. It's still counted as a quest as it pertains to the leaderboard, right?
Oh, that's terrible.
It gave you an extra maybe, so then you could use that as an extra XP you wouldn't have had because you had an extra quest for that day, but it actually still counted on the leaderboard, so it didn't actually do anything different when it comes to competing for the leaderboard. You know what I mean? So it really wasn't that big of a deal, but they were laughing at us in the Discord. Literally, they're like, ha, 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 it's so obvious right there in front of your face, and you guys even realize it. Like, why don't you pay attention? And I was like, you got us. Okay. Some items have changed. Some items have changed place in the drop tables. Okay. So some of the items have changed, meaning it could be the stats, and some of the drop rates for items could have changed. So they'd probably balance that out. Policy on changes to season 2. Outside of bugs that actively harm the user base, blah, breaking will not change things in the game in terms of balance. So unless it's a thing that really breaks the game and it's harmful, they're not going to change things just because of opinions or because they think some way is better, right? So they did that in season 1 because there was a little bit of Chair's writing stuff. Okay, cool.
I'm just putting summaries in there, but the format is fucked up, so don't mind that for now.
Okay, cool. So so example of bugs that would be fixed. Custom poison does 0 damage. Skill points disperse. A mage skill does 1,000 damage. So that's the thing. They see a bug, they see problems that are obviously a problem where like a skill doesn't do damage or it's not working right, they're going to fix that. But if it's just something for balance, they're not fixing it because they don't want to fix something halfway through the season being like, hey, you know, blah, 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 I thought it was this way, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That got a lot of upvotes on here. Okay, so
yeah.
Final note, a big shout out to Bloater Punch, who has worked this last week while sick in my many hours coding troubleshooting with him over the last few days. He has not complained once despite his illness. As always, please report game bugs via the ticket system. So, as we know, the devs and Bloater Punch have basically sat around for like 5 days straight with like nothing else, just nonstop, barely sleeping. Bloater Punch has been ill, just working on it, fixing things, fixing bugs, getting the game ready. I even was on a call with him the other day. He's a very busy dude and talked about a lot of cool things. I had no idea that he was ill or whatever, but like that's the thing, is licensed ill, baby. We're in the streets. Okay, so those are the patch notes now. So Brown Gent, do you have an idea? And we'll get to you, Chair, of like what do you have an idea that you might change your strategy in season 1? What in season 1 did you do that you're going to change differently and do now differently in season 2?
This is going to sound stupid. Go ahead. Want to go first?
Well, certainly playing everything out now, we're sort of forced to. I was definitely just going to bed with 3 or 4 or whatever, rather than die or just travel all the way back just to heal. Like you'd be forced to like 4 quests left, but you have to travel and then spend 2 to heal, and then you have 1 quest. Then you have 1 quest remaining. Like, what do? You go to bed. But we can't do that anymore. So that's sort of the interesting one. The very first thing I'm gonna go and look at is what my base character, like what the base skills are for my character, and since I'm limited in the number of characters I have, I probably have to get a few more and start following Doctoras's strategy and honing in on one skill level. I probably won't get groups. I'll probably just maybe stick with one per class or whatever. And
well, now you think about it, you can also once the 7th rolls around, also get the Rift Heroes, which are much cheaper also.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an option also. And if you have summoning charge, you can summon.
That plays into my strategy, which is I'm going to stagger my hero start dates, because if you start at day 1, you'll have the same number of quests as somebody else who starts on day 1 when they beat the boss. Like Dennis, whoever beats the boss, right? So like what I want to do is like sort of stagger it out. So like when I'm learning it, I can't for example, take a break or whatever in between, right? Because every single day, even if you miss a day, it's gonna be counted now. All 15 quests.
No. If you don't play for a day, it won't be counted as quests. Like if you just opt out of a day and don't play on Tuesday, it won't be counted.
Are you 100% on that?
Yeah, it says it right in the note.
Yes, that's the announcement. That's what the announcement says. But we have to clarify this, because it's if you hit play, you lose the 15 quests, or is it if you just do one quest?
I believe it's probably if you actually use a quest, it counts. I think.
Probably yes.
In the example, it says, this is the example word for word. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what it says. Example. You go on vacation and don't play for 4 days. 0 quests are used. No quests count towards your benchmark or total quest use. They're using the term quest as a signifier here, right? Example 2.
Yes.
You quest twice on one of your heroes, but then decide to wait for daily reset. The whole day now is counted because you actually used a quest. So if you just use the literature here, it depends on whether or not you use a quest or not. Now, you said using the word play to jump in and look and actually just look around. That technically could be a trigger, but according to these notes, it's the trigger is if you use a quest.
Okay, I mean, so that does change it a tiny bit. So like maybe I would like sort of take a break in between, but still like one of the things I learned from Guy Kidd, I think he was the one who did it. He was the first one to beat the final boss. He set like sort of like the record, and sort of people started realizing, wait, if I beat the boss, if I don't beat the boss here, it's no point. So they start taking way more risk. So if you are on pace for a really good record, don't reveal your cards till near the end. I think that's clear message, right? Because you don't want to do that. If you do that, people will just Hail Mary and hope
This is the thing. Brown Gent is a resident poker player, Magic the Gathering expert, the guy that knows strategy so well. If you want to take advice from him. Don't listen to any of us, okay, if you want to win. I'll tell you to share all of your secrets with us, right?
All right, Brown Gent, completely unrelated. You're under the gun +1. You raise 4x big blind. You get 3-bet. Folds around back to you. No, just kidding. But we'll talk about that later.
Maybe we should do that. Should we do that as part of the show? Just do like gaming strategy, right? Like poker or whatever.
You can ask Doug on Instagram. I'm just posting poker.
Yes, he's like, I'm at the table. He's showing his stacks. He's flexing. He's showing his Gucci belts that he wins takes it with his winnings and shit. Like, I'm all about that life. You know what I'm saying? Brown Gent is like flexing the hype lifestyle. It's really great.
Too much exciting stuff.
But it's real exciting.
It's DC Season 2, lest we forget.
DC Season Dose. Okay, so we've got all these patch notes now. Okay, so what's happened now is the beginning of the game is now more difficult. So you can't just go in there and scoot around. It's going to be difficult. You might even die in the beginning realms and stuff, right? So this is what I'm going to say to the people that are out there. I'm going to tell you my strategy is like, but I might change it. It's a strategy that Doc said for Season 1 that they can't nerf. They can't nerf this. I mean, they can try, is quickness. All right, Doc, you said it. Quickness being high is like a secret flee skill, right? Because they're changing the flee abilities to being, we don't know what they are yet, but they hinted that it would be like a guaranteed flee on the next, not the one you use it on, but the next one. But the thing is that if you have super high quickness, it's kind of almost the same thing. If you have really high quickness, the chances of you fleeing are really high within 1 or 2. Doc, do you agree with my strategy assessment?
Yes, I agree. And from the time the announcement came, I'm thinking what I will do. Even if I said about 3 groups of um, heroes, but for sure I'm gonna do quickness a lot. And
Right. So
I will tell you, I will ask you a question. I won't tell you my strategy for season 2 because I'm already thinking some things. But imagine you are left with 2 quests. You know that if you don't, and you are like 30 HP. If you don't, if you fight, you die. So if you don't fight, you lose 2 quests. What are you gonna do?
You can
that's
swap
right.
items though, right?
Imagine
Oh my
that
God.
in every zone you have to unlock things.
Right. That's even more important to have high quickness because then if you have that low HP, you can still escape if you're gonna die, but you can take the chance of like possibly beating the character, right?
But like, don't you also
You
want to
are
consider like the fact that, you know, if you don't want to burn those quests, right? And I know that like at the start, people were like, let's create like the sort of swapping items or that stash because 2 quests in, 2 quests out. You can sort of like bank those near the end and leave that as like your flex. So like you have 2 on each of those heroes. So you can like go in like so like let's say Doctorus is playing. He uses 13 quests ready to go, right? 13 quests on the other hero. At the end of the day, okay, I got 2 quests left on everybody. Do I move stuff around now? Can I make things better for everybody? And that way you still get a huge leg up because those quests will be taken away regardless, right? Who knows?
Yes, that's a
one
really
thing.
good point.
Yes, for sure.
That's it. That's it. It's
For
like so
sure. The
now.
stash is gonna have more importance in season 2 because from not doing anything, you can use a stash.
So instead of having a no heal meta, now it's going to be like it's a utility meta. How do you utilize all those quests that you have the right way, right? Because you have to use them. All quests.
I imagine there will be a lot more healing. Well, that's the goodbye to the no healer meta. But there's gonna be more deaths. It feels like on the surface. So that
for sure,
people are gonna be dying more. They're gonna have to risk it, and more frustration will lead to more discourse in the Discord.
That's right.
Oh my God, what happened?
And complaining 1% is going to go through the roof, baby. Like you complain and you get 1% uptick in like the drop rate, right? Let's go look in the Discord and see what people are saying right now. I'm going to go look see what all the plebes are saying. Oh, is there a new poll? Are you sad about the no healer meta being disabled? Like that's the new vote. Okay, so yes, no, or I don't even know what that is. That's the questions, right? Katrina is posting that in there right now. Very fun. And am I sad? I would say no, I'm not sad. I have a lot of different thoughts, but I'm not sad about it because even though I might have had an advantage over people that didn't use it, like it allows us to have a different like strategy, and it makes us it's a little kind of more fun this way, I think, because then you have to figure out a different new strategy.
Yeah, if it was static and they weren't open to changing things, it would be not as fun. And certainly, like the very first release, I imagine we're still in alpha, or I wonder actually what the dev team like. What is this release version to them? Are we still in alpha? And if so, then I expect more tweaks. Mm-hmm. And who doesn't like a good tweak? No, but seriously, it's important for game development.
Yeah. So we've got the comment. Do you see this, Doc? It says you probably won't die. Still a risk. Reward calculation. Flea was D20 plus quickness divided by 4 in season 1, and I didn't see a change in the notes. So they didn't specifically say a change to any of that stuff in the notes. It could be a tweak there, but I don't know. If I look at the notes again, I don't think that they specifically said anything about that. Let me double check. But he says it's still not a deterministic escape unless you have 80 more quickness than the other person, meaning it's not like super guaranteed. What do you think about that, Doc? Do you think that like you had a lot of quickness, and did you think it helped a lot last season? Let's see.
Quickness helped me a lot last season because I didn't have any flea skills. I had only one.
But do you think what do you think about this term deterministic? You know what I mean? Like he's meaning that like having super high flea is not that big of a change unless you have 80 more quickness or some kind of like thing in the formula, right? Like I don't know. I feel like having high quickness probably helped you a lot though, right? Like in a big way. He's saying basically like, is it worth risking dying unless you have like a set amount more quickness than the other person, right? Like what is like kind of the barrier, right? It says the notes say that
It
quickness
really depends. It depends on the hero. It might be a hero that's doesn't have many chances to go in the top 10. I don't know. It depends on the hero.
That's really
And
interesting.
that's why here I will tell something that with the change, the non-heal meta, etc. For me, it's crucial to have different time frames of heroes starting the season, because even if you see some things in the Discord and you see this monster or this monster or this monster, if you actually play, you know what will be in zone 1 or zone 2 or what the non-encounters will be. So now, of course, I will start with some heroes 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 4 days later, and I will miss some NFT drops, but I will increase my chances of doing less mistakes.
I mean, I love NFT drops and getting the shards and getting the skill books for sure, but I want to get in that top 10, bro. And you saw the video. Did you see the video that I played? Did you see it yet? The new one?
Yes.
Where you're in it? I mean, well, your name's in it.
It was nice.
And there's an explosion like trophy. And I was gonna. That's the one thing I could find that had like the signifying like hit that you won. That was like super official because it showed you we did an interview and everything. So people that are on the outside don't even know the game can say, "Oh, they did an interview with the winner. It must be real, right?" Like that's a real thing. So a lot of fun that we did that. And this is the question that's going on in the Discord right now: is we're getting a quote unquote airdrop of heroes if we minted, previously and paid like the original price and everything. So I think it's going to be a thing where you have to go to the website and check in and put in your ox, and then you'll get it. I think you have to register to get the extra heroes, I think. So, and they say they're estimating that's going to be up soon, maybe later tonight, to be able to get your other heroes.
1 a.m. I believe.
1 a.m.
I don't know what time zone. That's the only challenge.
And it's 7 hours from now, I think. It was like 11 p.m. my time, so maybe 1 p.m. Eastern time.
1 a.m. Yeah, could be. I hope it's 1 a.m. Eastern time, because like it's not just that; it's the airdrops of everything they've won, like the summoning shards, the skill books. We gave out a ton of skill books as part of the
right
snap and win contest.
And of course, I think that's around the time the season 2 is supposed to start too. So, are you guys gonna log in tonight and play some, or are you gonna wait till like you wake up in the morning and play? Because I want to do a big mega kickoff launch party, and I'm trying to ask everyone, should I do it tomorrow? Should I do it on Wednesday because tomorrow's 4th of July? I'm guessing we're going to have to do it tomorrow because tomorrow's like the kickoff day and everything regardless, but it's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll just do a show every damn day and celebrate independence of Web3, whatever, bro.
This week?
yeah, just this week. 4th of July, stream every day. But this stream is going great. In fact, last night, Diamond Hands kept saying, like, let's do a stream anyways. I'm like, but we have nothing to talk about. But then all of a sudden, boom, last minute, right before I was supposed to go live, they dropped patch notes. And I was like, bro, we have something to talk about. That's legit. Because now we know things about season 2, the things that are like, really, really important going in. But then tomorrow we can start to play the game and see what's going on, see what's different. The thing is, dude, there's going to be different things in the game. There's going to be different artwork, right? In fact, here is the big surprise that I have for you guys today. Filthy McNasty won a skill book. I have a surprise for you guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is so exciting, right? So I was talking to who, the artist, the secret master of all this artwork, right, Sejin? And hold on. I'm giving a link to Diamond Hands to come on right now. He's very confused. We are live, dude. Come on. People are all confused about what I'm doing, but I'm also like trying to juggle 8 things and deal with schedules and everything changing everyone's schedule. Believe me, look, when I'm trying to bring 20 people on a stream and they all have their own schedule and then things change and the game gets like, that doesn't, any blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, like I'm doing the work of 80 people over here. Okay. So like, it's going great.
This is the business that we have chosen.
This is the business we're in and we have chosen.
When you shot Mo Green in the eye.
That's right.
Did I say a word? No, I didn't.
No.
Because this is the business we've chosen.
This is the business we chose. That's right. Jerry, you have the best attitude. So get the hell out of here with that positive attitude. Let's go. So this is the thing. I have been trying to get Sejin to come in live, and now he's told me he is thinking about it. He was like, no. I'm not going to come on my mysterious artist. And then yesterday he was like, he's like, it's kind of tempting. He's like, maybe I will, right? So maybe we'll get him to actually come on for the kickoff show, right? But this is the thing. I got him to answer some questions for me, all right? Ask him some questions. Do you guys want to hear Sejin's answers about season 2? Because he's creating artwork for season 2. He knows way more about the game. He knows stuff, right?
Sure.
He knows the artwork that he made, and he has to make artwork and do things for the game based off what the game's doing. So he knows stuff, right? So, okay, there's a Google sheet and all this stuff that lists the airdrop stuff, so you can go check that. Go in the Discord. You can always ask questions, open a ticket. I want a skill book. Very cool. So this is the thing, guys. I asked, what are the things you're excited about in season 2, right? He says, what really gets me excited about season 2 is the potential of what we can do with the game. Right now, it's like a sandbox that we're only beginning to play in. Currently, it's shaped as a trading card adventure game, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Just imagine in the current context, all the new enemies, regions, characters, and spots we could throw into the mix. I feel season 2 is going to be a whole new level of exploration and game interaction, setting the complexity of the future gameplay. Dude, this guy, what a quote from Sejin, bro.
Nice.
Does this guy have like a master's in literature too? Like, what's this guy doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So question number 2. Okay, now you guys that are in the chats down here, please tell me your reaction to Sejin's questions that he answered. Also, like if you have questions for Sejin or whatever, the artist, please list them in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Give me your reactions, all right? What did you try to do with season 2 that's different from season 1, all right? In season 1, I was just getting my feet wet. I was playing it by ear, randomly, learning more than playing. I made a lot of trial and errors, more back and forth than I like to admit. Wasted too many quests when I could have been strategizing my fights. The whole point is to progress as far as possible with the least amount of interactions, right? So for season 2, I'm going to play it smart. I'm going to be crunching numbers, making detailed plans to go the distance, but faster and smarter. I don't think he knows about the no-heal meta yet. Because he responded to these questions just this morning before the no-heal meta even was actually 20 minutes before it was released. So he might not even know the no-heal meta yet. So he said he was going to be very strategic as opposed to just using up everything. So this is kind of telling he doesn't have the insider info. He's allowed to play the game, so he doesn't have insider info as strategy goes. He only has the info as far as creating the characters, right? Now, what is your process for creating each character, or maybe share the process from a special character? Right now, there's a bit of a ceiling on how creative we can get with character creation. But once you understand how the primary and secondary skills work, how they offer different kinds of perks, it's a game changer. As for my approach, I won't share stats just yet, or strategies just yet, but I'll say this much. I'm setting my sight on mage and their damage outbursts. I found a formula I like, and I'm going to make it work. Okay, so he likes, I think, the mage skills, I'm guessing, and what they can do. And I don't know what he knows about season 2. I have no idea what he knows or doesn't know about season 2, if they give him any hints or something. But you can see from the skills that they have, the mages are powerful. So he says that he wants to go strong in the mage. And I was asking him about character creation, but he's actually answering me about strategy in the game, which is funny, right? I was trying to get you know what I mean? How do you make the characters, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because his characters are fascinating to me. I love them, the artwork. But he's given me strategy in the game. Okay, so that's what the responses from Sejin. He really sees a bright future and a lot of different ways to go with this game. Brown Jet, what do you think about the stuff Sejin just said? I'll tell you the quote again. He said, currently it's a trading card adventure game, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Just imagine in the current context of all the new enemies, regions, characters, and spots we could throw into the mix. I feel season 2 is going to be a whole new level of exploration and game interaction, setting the complexity of the future game. So this, to him, is just a launching point for the creativity, imagination, and possibilities for season 2, Brown Jet.
Yeah, so I think he hit it spot on. If you think of Magic the Gathering, right? That's sort of an analogy that a lot of us will sort of understand. They created a sort of templating system that you can build so much into it. You can go to different realms. They just went to Lord of the Rings in this case. And same thing with Dragon's Crossing. They built sort of the fundamental pieces, which is the movement piece. You can build as many zones as you want. Bob Nothing had a really good idea of maybe you can go different paths to get to the same zone. Potentially to get to Dark Tower, for example, let's say that's the one they choose to go with, right? You can go zone 1 and 2 are the same. then you go to like zone 3, whatever, you go around and you end up in the same place. That's one example. Another example is, creating completely different zones. So like what season 3 could potentially be all new zones, all new monsters, right? It is really up to the developer's discretion. They can create tons of different monsters, tons of different skill sets, and they can make those very specific. What's really cool about it is if you follow that line throughout the whole thing, because they built the infrastructure, they can now, it's their imagination and their creativity that can create all sort of new concepts in this world, which is really nice. And of course, what's really nice and what I'm sure most of you appreciate is what games have you played where you can give feedback and your feedback is implemented sometimes, right?
Right.
This game, they're looking for that. Like if you have good ideas, say them because you will speak them into fruition.
Well, that's the thing about this game. They made the game simple and at a solid base. What do you think about this, Chair? Like the ability to expand in the future, because you need to have a solid brand first, a product of what you can identify with, something that's cool. And then once people like it, and then you expand it from there. And instead of just expanding on stuff no one likes, you're actually like giving them something they like, and it's just amazing.
It's crucial. It's crucial, and I love that it's happening. And to have a community, or to have the dev team and the builders openly discoursing with the community and taking on, especially this early in a game. It takes a long time to hone in a game. I've learned this lesson over and over the past few years. Like before concentrating on game dev and focusing on it, what it takes, you don't really realize you have no way of realizing how long it takes to hone in a game. It's fascinating and amazing how quickly the Dragons Crossing team stood this up. It's now live. People are playing. There's an economy. There's a robust community. We're here talking about it every day. Doug leading the train, and there will be there have to be changes. Not only that, do we expect that the blockchain features will stay the same over the next 2 years or 5 years? ZK VM, who knows what's going to happen? We have to be open to change. And I think that 5-year number, that's what I like. To me, it seems like minimum is what it takes to have a game that'll have legs, that'll last for 20 years. Beyond that, it takes like 3 to 5 years to build it.
I see this game as like a cult classic type thing because I see that in the roguelike games. You go to Reddit and there's all these games I never heard of, and they have a Reddit with like 200,000 people in it. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, people love these like roguelike games. And I think because they're built on strategy, thinking, figuring stuff out that's difficult, right? It's not just show up and shoot a gun and blah, 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 or just blast through a game real quick and chop, 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 and you're done. Those are more like visceral, I'm just doing stuff things. This is more like visceral. Should I make that move? I don't know if I should go in that room. Should I go in this thing? I don't know if I should go in there. If I go in there, I might die. Those are the kind of games I like, because if I win and do something, it actually feels good, like I accomplished something, as opposed to like, if I'm playing just like Super Smash Bros. All day, that's cool, but you're just hitting each other in the face left and right. There's not really an accomplishment thing in it so much as far as we're talking of like, oh my God, I defeated this thing, right? So with your decision making, and it's so cool to have that RuneScape still going strong. I actually saw someone playing it the other day, streaming it and stuff. This is a thing too. I'm considering even diving into more gaming and doing all kinds of gaming stuff. I have a MacBook Pro right now, M1, and it doesn't really play very many games on it, even though it's like crazy powerful. So I might have to get a PC to do more of that stuff too. But they're changing that. There's actually code now coming out for like the M1 architecture, AMD, whatever it's called, to support like DirectX 12, because Windows did a dirty thing where they're like, can you make DirectX 12 not support anything Mac's doing, so that they have to buy a PC and get Windows? So that's basically what happened there. Okay, and now they're trying to figure out ways they can mitigate it. There's actually a Discord project called Whiskey right now that's literally released the ability to play PC games on your Mac if you upgrade to the beta version of the OS and all this stuff, right? So like, it's very exciting because I'm plugged into the gaming and tech community, and everyone's saying that the future is the chipsets that the Macs have. These like very condensed new style chipsets that are efficient and use like half as much energy, are twice as fast. And that's the future. And like, so your PCs that you make right now with these huge graphics cards, that's not going to exist in like 5 years. That's not going to be a thing at all. You're going to have computers that are tiny, you know what I mean, that are just as powerful or more powerful. So anyways, a little sidetracking there. Let's look and see what's going on in the chats right here quickly. Let's see. This is the intention. Blah 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 blah. Sounds like you'll be able to claim them about 7 hours. Okay, still the same information. So tonight, people are going to start trying to claim their things. I know I have an airdrop coming to me for purchasing mints, and then also I have more stuff. I have more things like my summoning shards and things of that nature. And really, really exciting. So I probably am going to log in tonight and play a little bit so that when we come in tomorrow and do a show or whatever, I can talk about it, do things, whatever, and see what's going on. But I'm really extremely excited to come back tomorrow or Wednesday, probably tomorrow. What are you guys right now, Chair and Brown Gent? Is July 4th an actual holiday or was it this weekend? Was it Saturday? Like, does it tomorrow actually count? Are people actually like taking off of work?
This whole week.
What? Oh, you're Canadian.
It doesn't matter.
Brown Jet,
Canada Day.
your answer is great. You don't even doesn't matter. You're not America. That's right.
Happy Canada Day. I think this whole week is the holiday, starting on last Friday and
just
going right through, right around August. Everyone will be back.
I mean, I love independence, right? We like being independent. Like we got independence from the UK and America. That's cool. Whatever. Get your independence is great. Wonderful. We're all about that in Web3, right? But it would be fun to do. And the game's launching tomorrow. So what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Some people are saying push it back to Wednesday, but I'm like, it's kind of exciting to do it like the day it launches so we can get everyone excited too. Because people that don't play the game yet can come in and be like, hey, it's launch day one. If you jump in and join right now, you're on day one. And I mean, even though you can start later, which is totally fine, a lot of people like to start day one.
It couldn't be any better. It's a holiday. What are you doing? Play day one drunk, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get wasted on 4th of July and sell fireworks.
My biggest disappointment is always feeling like I'm late to the game. So we need as many people to realize, hey, that Gen Zero mint is going to close soon. If you miss out, you're gonna have to buy the secondary.
They extended the mint just a little bit for this season 2 launch, right? So you can get
5 more days, I think, right, or 4 more days.
Yeah, and then they're burning them, and then you're gonna be able to get the Rift heroes to come out and do the Rift thing, right? So that's the thing is, I know I'm gonna find a lot of skill books and summoning shards this season. I'm gonna find a ton of them. Last season I didn't find as many as other people, so my luck is gonna be on my side now. And I'm going to have all these dudes. What
was your count of shards and skills?
Together, I think 4 or 5 over and I had 4 characters, I think.
What? Dude, I had 3 shards, 5 skill books, 4 characters starting a week and a half late.
Yeah, so you did a little bit better than I did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that did way better. In fact, there's guys that own 100 and they would be getting 9 to 10 stuff of them a day, right?
They played 100.
I got 1 shard.
What do you say, Doc?
I got 1 shard.
You got 1 shard.
One.
For how many characters?
And 3 skill books.
And 3 skill books. For
6.
How many characters? 6 characters. 6. So you did even worse than me, Doc. Okay.
I mean, he won the game. He came first, third, and what was it?
So that's the meta. If you want to win the game, you don't get any skill books or NFT drops, right?
Yes, you farm less for sure.
Doc, you're the only person that had worse luck than me in finding shards and skill books. I know there's probably people that did, but okay, so that makes me feel better. So we're gonna do a stream, I think, tomorrow, Doc. And anybody you guys that want to come on tomorrow, we'll talk about the game once we started up and started playing the game, and we'll see what's going on. The whole purpose of it is, one, for us to have cohesion as community and learn and figure out stuff about the game and have fun. Worm says he got 1 in 5. The other thing is when we do this on events and have events is to get other people that have not played the game to try it out. So this is what I want to do. I want to have a contest or something where you go to your friends and say hey, tomorrow is the season 2 launch for this game. Come to our mega stream show. And in fact, I'm going to share with you the tweet for it right now. I adjusted it. I know in the tweet it says today, but it's really tomorrow. And I could make a new tweet, but it's already gotten a lot of things. Here, let me give you the tweet. So what I want you to do, and this is the thing, some people will just send out tweets and tag people. Actually talk to people and say hey, even if it's somebody you never know, just go up to a stranger, be do you like gaming? Come to this show. There's a cool game and you can just check it out and watch the stream and hang out with us. And if you like the game, you can participate in mints or whatever, right? Because that's the only way we're really going to get people to check out the game to know and stuff, right? So the thing says it's Monday, but it's really Tuesday. And here we go. Here's the thing, right? So Maybe I should make a new tweet, actually, you know, that I think about it. Hold on. Let me delete this. I was about to ban myself. Let me make a new. I'm going to make a new tweet so it says Tuesday so people have the right thing. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to give it to you guys and put it in the Discord so you can share. But this is the thing. This is how it works when you have a community-based project. You have to be able to invite people in so they can check it out. That's the thing, right, Brown Jen? Every time we see somebody coming in and try the game, they almost immediately start minting more, right? Right? Like they just jump at it.
If I have to say one thing that was sort of a recognition for every single person on the team, it's the biggest barrier is the trial piece, right? Like once people have overcome that hurdle, it becomes so much easier because like I think I even heard like I think it was Johnny who was saying he just lent some of his friends some heroes and all of a sudden they just started minting. And these are people who had very little interest at the start and they were like, wow, I'm addicted. This game is super addictive. And people just need to have a little taste. They just need a taste and that's it.
I mean, that's the thing. I almost thought about just loaning out my heroes to people to try the game, but I only had 3 or 4. Now it's just like I don't have like 50 or something. Now that I have more, I might do that. It might be like, hey, I have a hero. I'll just lend it to you to try out the game. You can play with it for a couple days or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Maybe just to somebody that's like hesitant or whatever. But now, if they start on the 7th, they can also just do a Rift hero too. So that's really great. And so I'm making this tweet right now, guys, and I just changed it to Tuesday, July, Tuesday.
So, Brown Jen, are you gonna compete in season 2? Are you gonna play full normally from the start?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell from the fact about the patch notes. Like, I don't really know most of what's going on. I've sort of, I get the messaging from Bloater, and I'll post it on social media, and I'll sort of make sort of pictorial stuff, and come up with sort of like marketing, like how do we get more eyes on the project? But there's no information behind the scenes that I get access to. If that makes sense. Like for example, I don't even know when the game.
No, it's better for me. It's better.
Yeah.
The more good players, the better.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look at this tweet.
It's funny, Doug. Like Torres says that, but like I feel like he just wants my money. He's like, it's like at a poker table. If like you're walking by,
$120 more dollars in the pot.
It's like I don't know.
No. Season 2 will be different. I don't know. It will be completely different.
Yeah,
another thing we didn't say about, I don't know if it stands, but in my mind I have that JP said that there gonna be a durability in the items. I don't know.
So it has not been launched. What Bloater said in his announcement was that's something that, like, I think it's a smeltering piece. I don't know about the black.
Not a melter. Durability that your item can break.
So that one they didn't do it. So I think what's going on with the dev churning, right? So like that's something that they'll probably implement later. But in terms of like prioritization,
they said that they're going to add the smelter in like right after season starts, I think.
Yeah, the smelter, but not the blacksmith. So like if they added the blacksmith, then they would have put durability in the item.
Right, the blacksmith, and that's probably going to be separate, right?
That's right.
All right, hold on. Here we go. I made the tweet. This is how we got to do things. Everyone that wants to help the game, help promote the game, do whatever, or even your own thing, whatever you do. If you see the stuff that I do what I do, okay? Like you see me making tweets, putting links in there, putting in the Discord, doing that stuff. You got to put a ton of energy to get traction and engagement in there because people forget. They forget when it is. They might not see it. And the more people that jump in and participate, then it just starts to happen naturally and just go. You know what I mean? Super awesome that way, right? Mm-hmm. So here is the tweet. Everyone, please get this tweet up on here. I'm going to put it in the comments. Click on that tweet and retweet and comment, right? And like. And I'm going to be putting out gigantic prizes this 4th of July, fools, sons, whoever's. Look, it's 4th of July. It's the season 2 kickoff party, right? How big of a prize do you want to be in this thing, Brown Jen? Like, what should we give away? Should I give away like $30 in USDC to somebody? Should I give away like a summoning shard? Should I give away
20 and 10? Because you can do 20 for a summoning shard, I think 10 for a skill book, right? Or what is it? It's not 10 for skill book, is it?
Wait, what? Wait, say that again.
Like, what's the cost to open up a summoning shard?
I think it's $10.
Is it 10? Okay, perfect. So 10 3 times.
So so then people can summon. But also the entry fee for season 2 is $20. So maybe I could do one that's 20 to pay for your season fee.
Right.
Chairs back.
You're gonna pay for my season fee
if you win. So this is what we're gonna do tomorrow on July 4th. The season 2 is gonna launch. I'm gonna do a show. Whoever shows up, there's gonna be big prizes because I know it's July 4th. Maybe I'll give away a hot dog, bro. I'll give you a coupon for a free hot dog. Okay. Maybe I'll make hot dogs and eat them live on stream and like just guzzle beer. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that's out there that doesn't have amazing things happening on July 4th, show up. It's going to be in the middle of the day. You can still go to stuff later in the day. You know what I'm saying? And go to parties and stuff, whatever. Be right in the middle of the day.
You should be burnt by today anyway. You should be burnt by tomorrow.
Yeah. It's 3 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. So I don't know what time Canada's on, Brown Gent, but they're on at some kind of time. So
yeah.
I think they use time in Canada.
They use time. They have time
like the same system as well. It's not metric. It's the American time.
It's
system.
not a metric system, right? All right, let's go in the chat and see if people are responding to this. Hold on. I gotta add the graphics. That's not the right graphics. This is the party. People might get confused because this is the patch party for the announcement of what season 2 is going to have in store for us. Tomorrow is the launch of season 2 party.
Brown Gent,
retweet and comment.
Tu es Québécois?
No.
How many people speak French here? Je ne sais quoi.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Tabernacle.
Pouvez-vous?
Tabernacle. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Tabernacle. That's fun.
You
Some
two
religious
might not
stuff,
like that
right?
one. Not exactly. In French Canada, that means darn.
Why would I touch grass instead of play? That should be the quote. Why it was so damn hot. Why? Stay in the AC, bro. You know all those people in Chi-Town die all the time in the summer, right, Brown Gent? When it gets so hot. If you're over the age of 40 in Chicago, when it gets hot, you just die. Like you can't. Like they're not used. They don't have the AC there because they're not used to all the heat, bro. Right, Brown Gent? Like what's up?
That's when they put you out to pasture in the Midwest.
Put you out to the pasture. I'm from Racine, Wisconsin, right by Chicago, so I always make these jokes because I know what it's all about. I'm in Denver now, where it's been getting really nice the last couple of days. 4th of July week, all of a sudden it's nice. We've been having storms nonstop. Usually Denver's the king of sun. We have sun every day, all day, even in the winter. It will snow the next day, sunny. It's gorgeous, but 150 is a tough sell, but it's got a sharp for them if they want to play. See, but the thing is, dude, that we also have the Rift Hero, so they don't necessarily have to play tomorrow. I'm also going to do a show when the Rift Hero launch happens, right? But season 1 launch is the very by far biggest thing hype. You know what I'm saying? It's season 1, day 1, okay? So that's the thing. $150 is a lot to play a game. But the thing is, though, people make all that money back sometimes through the NFTs they find. You know what I'm saying? And isn't there also a guarantee, Brown Gent, or something they can get their money back?
There's a money back guarantee for anyone who minted a Gen 0 and played, I think 6 days at least of season 2. I can't remember. The full details are in the official Discord, right? So
there you go, Chapo in the cat Chapo. So I know it's really Chapo. He's literally in Denver at a jail somewhere over here. Okay, Chapo. Okay, Chapo, you can afford $150 with all your monies that you come in from the cartels. Okay, and this is the thing. It might be a tough sell for normie friends. But if I get a shard for one of them, they want to play. So this thing, I don't know if they're not Web3, maybe they're normies. Yeah, that might be a bunch of money. But this is the thing. We can also get them if they get hype and come into season 1 launch party and get excited, they can come back and play with a summoning shard hero or whatever for maybe $30, whatever it is, right? So, Canadian smoke is fucking yeah, it's true.
What?
Canada's on fire right now, and all the smoke's in the Midwest, like killing it. So,
oh well. Secondhand smoke. Deal with it.
It's really bad. The skies are brown, like you can't even see. It's like LA smog times 1,000. But yeah, that's rough. I'm definitely watching the stream tomorrow, right? Everyone likes to watch the thirst traps on this show. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Look at all these beautiful people that come on. Even Doc. who's got his like DFK like PFP up here. I still let him on, even though it's not a Dragons Crossing PFP, Doc. Season 1 winner.
Yes,
you should have a trophy.
I should change it.
You should change it with a trophy. You should have like your hero, dude,
Yeah,
from
Dread
like
Knight?
Dragons Crossing. Should have a trophy like in his hand, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Here's one for the streets. Season winner trophies.
Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah, so
NFTs.
we did talk about that before, but then like there was tons of stuff going on.
Well, they're busy, but
The-
let's put pressure on them to do it. They should have an NFT for the winner, like the number 1 ranked winner, that they can use as like their PFP or something, right? That's just publicity too. But in the meantime, yeah, make one, or I'll make one for you. I don't care, whatever, bro. Like, let's do it. Let's have a trophy champion. I'm gonna talk about Doc all day, every day, because you're the champion and you have a cool name, Doc. You know, I'm like Doc from Back to the Future, right? So, and you literally like, as far as optics are concerned, Doc literally, he's changing his PFP. Doc literally changed the stream of the game. He, you know, like a river stream when it changes, he changed the stream of the game. They did a no healer meta, all this stuff, right? So that's what's Doc's fault. He changed the stream of the game. He's working on doing that.
It's so funny because I think the healer is the herbalist is where I went to the most. Probably my most used tile across all my heroes.
I was feeling like crazy. The thing for me is I just wanted to beat the end boss. I wanted to rank high, but I just wanted to beat the end boss because I didn't want to be sitting there being like, I never beat the boss. And I did. I was able to do it with one character at least. And I'd rather make sure I healed enough and not die. Now, the no heal meta is a little bit different because it's more just like not playing those extra things. But I thought that, you know, I wanted to be as much XP as possible to be as high of a level. Oh, here we go. Is that your Kate? Is that the one?
Katie Headley, yeah.
Is that the first place one? Well, very nice. Very nice. That's beautiful. And that's beautiful artwork. I mean, look at that beautiful artwork, man. Like, it's so cool, like, owning these NFTs. The redhead, like, Irish, Scottish Ranger, like, Thirst Trap is, like, my favorite artwork in the whole game by far. Like, I think it, and her voice, I'm part Irish. I don't know about you guys, but like her voice kills me. I put her in the promo video and I recorded her voice because it was just also when we were doing like the pre-beta testing that I got to do, it was usually her and her voice. But I just love it. It's just fun. You know what I mean? It's different. So it's a lot of fun. I love it. I hope they have more of that. Okay. So this is the thing. Let's talk about this. What is your hope for season 2 and season 3 going forward too? Me personally, I really hope that we have more different heroes. Like they have a ripped hero that's like maybe, I don't know, a blonde-haired Viking warrior dude that I can play with. You know what I mean? I love Vikings. I like the game Viking stuff where they're just like got like their mohawks and stuff like this. Because a lot of the RPGs, it's like Diablo where it's like very much like the World of Warcraft warrior dudes, like the orcs. I want to have like a Viking warrior dude. And I want to have other types of heroes that, and mostly it's just for self-interest because I can make them look like me. Anyways, so I want to have different heroes, like, you know, other than just the classes we have. That would be really cool to have at some point in the future, and different artworks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I hope they expand that past the heroes we have to maybe have like another class or something. I don't think they're doing that in season 2, or maybe just new artwork. You know what I mean? Like the male like warrior could have more than one version of the artwork possibly, and maybe that's even something that somehow you can do by like accomplishments. Like if you beat the final boss, maybe your artwork changes, you know, like to having a different version of the warrior or something. That would be really cool. That'd make everybody want to beat the final boss so bad. Okay, so that's my
I agree.
Oh yeah, you like that? So that's my idea. And then of course there's so many things that built on that. Cher, what do you think that you want to see in season 2 and moving forward and past that?
I would like to see some sort of. This is probably not going to happen in season 2, 3, or 4. But once people have amassed a collection of heroes, some sort of interplay, like heroes that you own, heroes in one wallet, affecting maybe the stats or the traits or some actions of another. For instance, if you have like a bunch of rangers, then maybe one of your rangers sort of absorbs the collective. I think that needs to be thought about pretty deeply, but perhaps like if you have maybe combinations, if you have a full set, if you have every hero type, maybe that gives you some sort of extra boost.
That would make it a little bit pay to win, which they don't want to do so much. But but there could be other ways to do it that aren't like they're not super direct. You know what I mean? Something like that. And maybe it could be strategy wise too. I don't know. But yeah, that's really interesting though. I do like that.
I have another one.
So collecting.
I have another one. Sorry, the other one I think it would be interesting, and also maybe not for the very next one. Doc Toros mentioned maxing out certain traits per character, in order to see what charisma on one and energy on another, or quickness or whatever it is, to see and having groups of those as he goes. But it would be interesting to see who can come up with the most rare hero by skill points. So if we could take every hero and all of the skill points by the hero and throw that on, like there's like a numeric. Oh man, my lack of math.
You mean like the total amount of skill? Like what?
Like there's a max amount of skill points theoretically that everybody could reach. That a hero could reach. And if we know that number, it's like who gets the closest to fully, who maxes out the most. Maybe not a specific trait, but across all of the traits. So there's like 2 incentives. And that way it's not necessarily play to win. You could have one hero, and there could be like a prize for the most rare, maybe the 10 most rare heroes by
people that have the most
traits.
the most attributes, right? Can you max out your character the most or something, right?
Could be a little wrinkle.
There could be like
yes, there was a discussion about multiple leaderboards and stuff, not only to win the final boss.
Right, like a different leaderboard.
Well, there's something else you could do, right? So, and Doug and I have been talking about this. Imagine you had like extra game mode, so like it's not just a seasonal play, like because some people have talked about like, I mean, I've had withdrawal from not playing Dragon's Crossing. Imagine you could do a sort of PvP where you can like either do random battles or sort of fight targeted people, and you wager something, right? And then that way, like you can still play, and this sort of gives you an incentive to sort of keep building your hero out, even near the end of the season, even if you're not beating that bad guy. And sort of the other thing that like, I think is really important, I think the most important thing for season 2 and season 3 and onwards is just people sort of hearing about this game. Like crypto is on the uptick. Bitcoin just like broke 31,000, right? Like US dollars. We're starting to see all these cryptos start to recover. Like we're not in a bull market per se at all. Like we're still near the end of a bear market, but like we're seeing like great trending upwards, right? Like the quarter close was fantastic, positive. What I think is while that happens, we have to get more eyes on this project. And as more eyes get in this project, you don't really have to sell people on it. People just try it and they sort of just like fall in love with the game for the most part. Let's grow that user base. Let's continue the adoption. That momentum will grow. And that happening gets the team able to sort of like get the resources they need as well to sort of expand way more and much faster than they are doing right now, right? Like right now, it's like, we had like, I think some dev turnover, and I think like, they're trying to make sure they'll never overpromise. They're always going to sort of say, hey, here's what we want to do, and they'll sort of achieve that. But like, there's tons of ideas, tons of great concepts. We talked about a lot of them. I think user adoption is critical for season 2, season 3. That's the number one thing I want to see.
I'm going to give a prize.
I agree 100%. I've been doing many projects, so I participate in many projects. So yes, people are very important to get people. Even though I believe we are at the start of the bull run, not at the end of the bear run. But yes, it's important to get people. Yes.
Yeah. So like the thing is, like they tested and the tests have been positive. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's 2 rate hikes still coming, right? So like anything can kind of go wrong there. Yes. So that's why I don't want to jinx it. I got too much money in Bitcoin to jinx it. I really don't want to.
I think this is a thing. I want to start a trend of doing this stuff where like I just wrote in the Gen chat, like I want everyone to bring a friend or two to the live stream tomorrow, right? Just have them watch it, whatever. Talk to them directly about it. How I get people, I just had this discussion today. Doug, how do you get all these people on the show? First of all, Nasty's like, you get all these big streamers on the show. They have like hundreds of thousands of followers and stuff. Well, how do you do it? I go in the DMs and I talk to people and I build conversations and I talk about really interesting, cool stuff about them and go on their shows and do stuff. And then if I ask them to come on the show, they say yes because they know I'm doing this out of caring, wholesomeness, support. Also, I give stuff to people. I'll be like, hey, I'll give this to you or do that. I'm giving and doing stuff for people. I'm not asking people to do stuff for me. And when I ask people to be like, hey, bring a friend to the show, I'm going to reward you. Be like the person that brings the most friends. I'm going to give you a prize. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to reward you for making good decisions and doing smart things you should be doing already to try to train you like a dog to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how, if you look at Bored Apes and all these other projects that are successful, why are they successful? It's all social things. They don't have like really amazing games or anything. You know what I mean? They got some concerts. That's about it, and parties. They are really good with socialness of bringing their friends in, creating social things. Gamers tend to maybe not be like that so much outside the gaming world, but it's okay to do it. Just invite a friend, be casual, be really nice about it. You don't have to be super great about it right away. Just try it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Doug Pavlov, that's right. But the thing is that Wayne Gretzky said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, bro. You miss every single shot you don't take, you're gonna miss. So what if you go out and take 10 shots and you miss on all of them except for one? You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna feel crappy. You're gonna be like, damn, I failed 9 times. But guess what? When that one person shows up, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is so amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be like, this is so great. And then that person might never talk to you again and hate you forever. Who knows? Who cares? But the point is, the only way you can really make a dent in engagement in social media is by doing that. It's the only way it works. Nothing else works. I don't care if you have the best game, the smartest people, the most attractive people, whatever it is. Social engagement is what gets you success, right? That's why this show exists. That's why I do all this stuff and play guitar and do all these things. Why? Because it's fun. And it gets people to want to hang out with me. And they go like, oh, Doug, it's fun hanging out with you. Yeah, but you would have ever known that. You would never have known if I didn't go out and do all this stuff. I'm literally knocking on doors, walking the streets, getting in DMs all day long, doing the work so other people don't have to do all the work, but you should be also doing it too. If everybody picked up a little bit of slack, invited people in, got their friends to come in and did it, we'd have so many crazy amount of people showing up. Like, do you even know, bro? Like, I'm just one dude, right? Brown Gent's over here playing like private PI / assassin with the camera. I'm still waiting to hear from Elon Musk coming on. It's a joke, but dude, how do you think I get Scott Herman to come on, Jay Chains, Crypto Stash? None of these people need to come on my show. They come on my show as a favor to me, basically, as my friend, and be like, okay, I'll do your show. It's not helping them get some huge following, bro. You know what I mean? Stash has amazing shows he does on a daily basis. Jay Chains does all kinds of cool stuff. He's speaking at all kinds of conventions, but we're buddies and stuff, right? So I leverage my friendship and my outreach to get people to do stuff, and they like doing it. They love coming on the show and stuff, but the only reason they do it is because I do all those things, right? But the secret to this is everybody can do it. I don't have any special magic at all. It's all pure effort and I'm wearing a fair coat. So everybody can do it. And so the show tomorrow, I'm going to do a poll, and the person that brings the most friends that are new to the game that have never seen it or don't know about it or just don't play it, maybe they know what it is, to the live stream, I'll give you a prize. I'm going to be giving out USDC prizes, bro. I got it in my wallet right now. It's just sitting there waiting, burning a hole in my wallet. I already bought all the stuff. I got all this stuff going on. So I mean, blasting that for tomorrow on July 4th. It's going to be like, eat a hot dog and come by.
I got a question and maybe a challenge for you, a query for you. Who's your dream guest? Number 1. I wish I had this person on ASAP. Go big.
Oh, my dream guest that I actually am trying to get on right now is Herman Lee from Dragon Force. He plays video games. He's a rock star, and he bridges the work. And the thing is, he could come on. Like, so it's not like some long shot thing. Like, I've not gotten in contact with him yet, but all my rock and roll stuff that I do is all inspired by his Dragon Force Fired in the Flames, like song that's famous from Guitar Hero. Most of his music videos are based off video games, and he's such a badass, right? He's super, super cool. Now, there's other people that are even bigger I'd love to have on, but for somebody that really exemplifies what we're doing here, like, he would be so cool because he's legit. Like, he would actually want to come in and talk gaming, talk about rock and roll. Like, he's like a dude that's like half rock star and half gaming nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how many people like that exist in the world? They call him the Oprah of heavy metal. So I love that guy to death. Like, he invented Dragon Force, the band, based off of power rock from the 70s and 80s and video games as his inspiration, right? And now he's like one of the coolest, most awesome people that live on this planet. He's just living in California, hanging out with other rock stars, right? But he's exemplifies what it means to be cool. Okay, so he has all these other rock stars on with him, right, on these shows. And by being cool, he's just fun, personable, funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to hang out with a guy. That is what we need more of all across the board and what I would really like to have. So, and I DM him. I respond to his tweets. I do the same thing with him I do with everybody else, right? He just got back from a tour in Europe, and he posted, what are you doing this summer? And you know what I posted? Me rocking out to similar music to him with Dragon Crossing behind me. I'm like, check this out, bro. So when he sees it with his mind, his eyes, he's going to be like, oh, dude, what's this? He's like, this is cool, right? So that's what I want him to come, because it'd be just so fun to do that. But and he has a huge following on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. But there's other people I'd like to have on, like Dr. Disrespect, I think is like the biggest dude in gaming and that also does Web3 gaming, right? And I like him. He's a really fun dude. He doesn't know me, and he has a Web3 game where you like climb up a tower and it's really popular and stuff, like a shooter, right? And he's like the world champion of Blockbuster video game championships 2 years in a row, 1992, 1993, all this stuff, right? He has an amazing gimmick. He has an amazing personality and character he's created. And when I created my character, I had nothing to do with him or CryptoStash. These other guys that are doing characters. This was completely in like a lot of left field. I didn't even know those guys really existed at the time. I wasn't even aware of them. But when I saw them, I was like, oh, we're doing similar things. I'm trying to build a brand and a character and stuff. So I love those guys a lot. And CryptoStash was one of the people I really want to have on. He already came on, and he's going to come on maybe this week again, possibly.
I remember, yeah, I was briefly on that show. One time, like 2 years ago, was working on a project that's now defunct, but it was like early sport NFT stuff. By the way, everyone's sleeping on it's like art NFTs and now game NFTs, and we're kind of in it. And then everyone knows music NFTs, but it's not really ready yet. People aren't ready for sports NFTs, and we're not ready for that conversation.
This is the thing is, there's going to be a point in like 4 years when everything just turns into NFTs, and it's just going to be a thing. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's going to flip to it, but we're not quite there yet, right?
But I was working on like an early concept 2 years ago, and we really wanted. We just thought, okay, the number one thing that could help this project more than anything is if Vitalik knows about us, which was like, all right, we made that as a goal. But collective consciousness, the entire community and the team really wanted for us to get in front of Vitalik. And lo and behold, like Gitcoin Grant Round 10 or something like that, Vitalik mentions Shenanigan during his like annual thing, or he always does like a wrap up at the end of the year with a big call to everyone. Boom, he did it. So I have no doubt in my mind that if the viewers now, plus us here, collectively put that energy out, that we'll have Dr. Disrespect right here in front of us sooner than later. Put that on tape.
Put it on tape.
Well, screenshot this.
These people are doing cool stuff. And like the thing is that like I don't concentrate on that a lot. I concentrate on someone like Herman Lee because I really like he fits into what we're doing. But like the key is if you just keep doing stuff and have amazing stuff happening, and then people that you think are great are going to want to be associated with you and be around you because they see you working your butt off to do it, and they go, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I'll have that guy on my show or whatever because they go, that's great. And I literally spent part of my day this morning preparing for this stream, watching a Dr. Disrespect video of him playing ping pong against someone and trash talking them, like because he does it in a way I like, where he's just it's just fun. He's not trying to be mean. He's just having a good time. So like. But he's very like serious and in character. I like that stuff. I like to identify with it a lot. So, and he's built up his reputation a long time. I love it, and I love the fact that he was talked about Lamborghinis and was winning the championships in like '93 at Blockbuster. Like for me, because I'm similar age to him, it's just hilarious to me. I think it's funny. So, I'm going to be doing more of that stuff. I'm maybe playing more games and like playing Web 2 games and stuff too to get more engagement there, just for fun because I like doing it and different kinds of things, whatever. So, okay. So do we have any more comments on season 2 coming up that we want to talk about? I see Banter Boys in the room. You guys in the chat have any questions for us? Chair or Brown, Jen or Doc, do you have any other questions or comments about season 2 that you haven't mentioned yet?
You asked earlier if we're gonna play at the snap of when this comes off, and probably not. I'm gonna wait, get a little bit of trickle in, see what people's feedback is. As we go, and then some point tomorrow morning, I've been double teaming this with my wife, and she's a lot better of a gamer than I am.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on.
She's way better than I am.
Why isn't she on the show?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Well, there's the thing. Part of what I do in Web 3, if you guys didn't know, is I work with all these onboarding DAOs that bring women into crypto and like to finance and tech and like give them cool places to hang out and like other women to meet so they can like be empowered. Because it's weird when you go into a realm where it's 88% dudes and they're all, it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's, if it was reversed and you went to a realm with 88% women, it'd be very weird because there's different dynamics, you know what I mean? Just so people can be more comfortable. It's a really fun thing because we want there to be diversity. We want to have well-rounded experiences. How many cheeseheads do I own? Actually, I lost my cheesehead. I don't have one anymore, but I have tons of Packer gear. You want to see some right
What
now?
flavor cheese curds do you have in your fridge right
Look
now?
at this. Clay Matthews in the house. Oh, it's doing the thing. Like, right, I wear that because I've been on Cheesehead TV. Candor Gander, Filthy McNasty. In fact, in my promo video, you see Cheesehead TV on there twice, and you see in the intro video, Clay Matthews saying "It is time," which is my favorite quote in all of sports, where he told Clay Matthews "It is time," and next play went in and he just jacked the dude up and made him fumble, and they ran it back for 50 yards. You know, like Kevin Green was in like WWF mode where he's like, "It is time, we got to bring it home," like you rally the troops, and then Clay Matthews went and did it. So
wait, is Kevin Green coaching the Packers now?
Kevin Green he's dead. He's passed away.
Oh, Lordy.
But he coached them as linebackers coach during the Super Bowl when they won the Super Bowl.
I remember watching Kevin Green. Like I kind of stopped paying attention to the NFL, but I remember watching Kevin Green with Reggie White on the other side. Or no, Kevin Green was a linebacker and Reggie White was coming off the end. Those team with Brett Favre. I mean, those were the teams.
No, Kevin Green was on the Steelers and Rams. He wasn't on the Packers. He was a coach.
Kevin Green was never on. You're right. See, NFL knowledge.
It's okay, but Reggie White, yes, was on the Packers, and like I'm a big Packer fan and everything, and that's things I'm going to go do more Cheesehead TV and other sports stuff. I love sports a lot, sports and gaming crossover. It's a competition, all that. I love it. I am on the Cheesehead TV show, which is like the big Packer show, all that stuff. So it's a lot.
What's your favorite Attitude Era superstar that's
Wrestler?
not Stone Cold or The Rock or Undertaker or Mankind?
So the Attitude Era, during the Attitude Era, my favorite was Degeneration X, and I also really liked the NWO Wolfpack, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Like those two guys were my favorites.
Yeah, like Big Diesel and Shawn Michaels and like the Clique that.
Everyone kind of broke off and became the NWO and I love Scott Hall and Kevin Nash a lot, and I like DS because they're funny. They're actually really charismatic. Make it up on the spot or script it, whatever. That's when wrestling was actually engaging and fun because it's like you didn't know what was going to happen. They would surprise you and it'd be funny. Like their acting talent was really good. I don't think current day wrestling has any acting talent whatsoever.
No, it's one guy, Orange Cassidy.
Oh, like
Freshly
he's cool.
Squeezed.
That's true.
But
the thing is that it's
right
like
now.
everything nowadays feels like cheesy, or it just feels kind of like really like a wannabe version of it. Whereas the Attitude Era was like every move they made, you felt it was like meaningful and like impactful and dramatic. And like Stone Cold, he's probably third on the list for me in The Rock. I love those guys a lot. I do love those guys a lot. But like every time you come in the ring, you had no idea what Scott Hall or Kevin Nash were going to do, and they'd surprise you and do something hilarious. And it felt because it's entertainment, it's a spectacle, right?
Cactus Jack was my all-time.
Cactus Jack was great.
He was like old, like ECW Cactus Jack, and then when he showed up.
Chair, do you know that I'm friends with Sabu?
You know, I saw you post about that.
Like I have him in my phone. I could call him right now. I mean, I'm not going to, but like,
don't make him angry. No,
Sabu. Wait here. Let me share a story. Okay, let me share a story. So I knew Sabu because one day on a Twitter stream, because I worked with Fight Capital NFT. They're out of Vegas. They do heavyweight wrestling NFT stuff. Johnny that owns the Nerd there is super cool. It's really fun. You can actually, if you own one of their NFTs, you can put your NFTs on a billboard. In fact, I should do that with Dragon's Crossing. So we're in a Twitter space and Sabu's in the audience and he can't get up and he can't talk and he's having problems. So I'm DMing him being like, hey, are you having trouble with Twitter? Let me help you. And he's like, yeah, something's wrong. And so Sabu's known to not talk. That's what his whole thing was. So Johnny's like, oh my God, he's going to come up here and talk. I can't believe it's Sabu, right? And Johnny's friends with Sabu in real life. I mean, they hang out all the time. He hangs out at his bar, whatever, right? So I was like, trying to figure out with him. And I was like, he's like, okay, we'll figure it out for the next time. So later on, I messaged him. I'm like, yeah, let's figure it out. He was using the browser version, not the app version of Twitter, because when you like search it online and stuff, sometimes it'll make you use the browser version. That's just what comes up. So we figured it out. He was able to do Twitter spaces and we're just joking back and forth and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, flashback to that time, Sabu and Rob Van Dam were my favorite guys in the ECW. I love Rob Van Dam and Sabu. Like, oh my God. because that was, to me, was like the real deal. I love those guys so much. So I'm talking to Sabu and I'm freaking out like, oh my God. And he's a rough dude. So we're in Vegas and we're hanging out. I've been there multiple times, hanging out at the Nerd Bar, hanging out with Sabu. We've gone to lunch, all this stuff, right? One night, I called somebody, but I accidentally called Sabu. Because I was like calling back the numbers in my recent calls, and I fat thumbed and called him, and it was like 1 a.m, right? I'm in Vegas at the Nerd Bar while this happened, where he hangs out, but he's actually at home sleeping. He wakes up and he just starts cussing me out. He doesn't realize who I am at all. He's just like, mother, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to, like, stuff I can't repeat, right? And I'm laughing. And then later on, I never mentioned to him about it. He doesn't even know it was me. You know what I mean? Kind of woke up in the middle of the night, just weird thing. And it's so funny because he's a fucking monster, bro. Like, he's not somebody you want to mess with. So then we're at Dick's, which is that restaurant where they like mess with you and say mean things to you, right? And I didn't realize it was that kind of restaurant. I'd never been to Dick's before in Vegas. I've been to restaurants like that, but not Dick's. So we go in there and the waitress starts going at us. And I'm like, oh, it's one of those restaurants where they're really rude to you. Sabu and this beautiful blonde waitress is doing it to us. Sabu was ready to rip her head off. He was like, he's the type of dude where he does not mess around. You don't mess with him like that. And he was like, I'm going to fuck this waitress. It was so amazing, bro. He was ready to brawl, like, for real. He was just like, I'm not down with this stuff. Anyways, good times.
I gotta go to one of those places.
Dude, it's so much fun. Next time I go to Vegas, I'll tell everybody to come with Johnny. That's where they all hang out. They all hang out at the Nerd Bar in Vegas because it's like a big wrestling thing. They got independent wrestling there. They got a ring. They got everything. They got video games. Johnny's got a cool stuff. He's got NFT projects. In fact, the NFT Vegas conference last year was partly held at the Nerd. So, like, all that stuff, right? I'll actually bring Johnny on the show. Oh, my God. Maybe I should bring him on tomorrow. That's a great – I didn't even think about that. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to probably wrap
I'm here to
this
prop you up.
Invite Johnny on the show. Johnny, well, probably want to invite him on. We can talk about wrestling stuff, I guess. But anyways, Johnny's a great guy. All of his best friends in Vegas are all like TV people and stuff, like the Pawn Star dudes, like, you know, the guy that has the toys shop. It's right next to his place in Vegas. Anyways, him and the other Johnny put on all the big events with celebrities in Vegas, like, you know, meet and greets and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I love that stuff. So, okay. So season 2, to sum up, you guys, just to sum up, if you came in later in the video, I'm going to tell you the big things that happened today, just as we go out. 1, the patch notes were released today, but the game's not going to be launched till late tonight, and also you'll be able to log in and get some of your airdrop stuff that you're supposed to get if you had minted before, right? Or you won some things, okay? So the patch notes are the RIP to the healer, the no heal meta. If you had a strategy of wanting to save your heals and not use all your quests, that's done with now. As soon as you log in and use a quest, all 15 quests are counted. So you can't just use 10 and then just wait to the next day instead of healing and going further, right? It's all in the patch notes. You can read it. Skills are all changed and balanced, and they're going to use your attributes. So, like, if you have really high, you know, agility, that might affect some of the skills. But we're going to have to see what skills are affected by that, right? So all of them count now, whereas before you could kind of like negate some of the skills maybe. Monsters are slightly adjusted. Some of them have different stats. Also, there's going to be new non-combat encounters like the fruit and all that stuff. Also, Zone 1 and 2, the forest and the prairie, are going to be more difficult now. The challenge is higher there. So, and then the last one is, nothing in the game is going to be changed in season 2 for balance, only for bugs and things that are just like really terrible that have to be changed because they want it to be even Stevens. Okay. Thanks, Banter Boy. So that is the update, the alpha today. And also the strategy alpha of like everyone still likes quickness a lot, and everyone is now going to have to figure out how to use those quests during that day, how to utilize all 15 quests to use all of them and use them efficiently, because if you don't use them, they're still counted for the thing. So you got to use all of them. Is there anything I missed? Any final last jabs, you guys, before we go?
I'm excited for season 2. I really love how this is unfolding, and thank you for having us always, Doug.
You're super
it's
welcome.
A good time.
We got a good amount of comments. Also, Doc, don't forget to invite your friends tomorrow. Be there, be square. July 4th, Independence Day. All right? at 5 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Mountain time. All right? It's going to be badass, huge disaster. Season 1 starting. We're going to get wrecked. We're going to win everything, Doc. It's going to be amazing.
What are your guys' predictions for Season 2's prize pool before we go?
I'm going to guess it's kind of similar-ish.
$100,000.
$1 million.
You're saying your video is going to go higher, Doug? Come on.
Well, yeah, it's going to be $2 million prize pool for the number 1 winner is my prediction.
All right. I'm clipping that.
Yeah, clip it. I predict. Doc, I'm sorry. You're going to say your final parting words. What do you have? What a genius philosophy do you have for us?
I am excited for season 2 too. My prediction about the prize pool is probably the same, a little bit more maybe because the prize pool is going to be double. So even if we got, let's say, 500 people, it's going to be more.
Oh, you're saying it's double. Is that true, Brown Gent? They're doubling it?
I don't know.
I didn't see that.
But I'm sure they will announce the sort of.
There'll be an announcement of all the official stuff. But yeah, I think it'll be good.
I remember that the prize pool was divided by 2 for season 1 because we got free. That's why I'm saying
Yeah, so there's that, but I think their projections then were also at a cost of $40 originally.
Right, that's why.
And then they brought the cost down, so it's only $20. So we have to make sure we understand.
I think it's still even Stevens. Okay, so there's that.
Doc, okay. So it's gonna be close. The prize pool.
Well, we know how many.
I'm hoping from some surprises. I'm hoping for surprises.
Surprises. Okay,
especially for the non-encounter.
The surprises, the non-encounter surprises, the new artwork, all that stuff, right? But so we know there's been like over 1,000 minted or whatever, right, of the NFTs. And also we have Rift Heroes that are going to come out too. So that's going to be an additional people that would have to register. So it's hard to say, but I think we'll have about the same, maybe a little bit more than like we had in season 1. Because, well, if we look at, there's actually a poll right now. Let me look at the poll and see. Right now the poll is asking, are you sad about, or wait, no, it says, actually the poll was within the chat, and it was like, how many heroes do you plan to register for season 2? It was not in the official poll sub channel, but it was just in the Gen chat that someone made. I think Kung Fu might have made it. And I think by far people were saying 10 heroes plus. Most people that like responded. And I was like, wow, okay. So I don't know. That says that maybe it'll be great. Be pretty cool.
I responded 10 too.
You just want to win season 2, right? So you have 2 trophies.
I want to win season 2 more than
we need a trophy
in
that. Yeah, you wanted more than season 1. We need a trophy in that little like PFP of yours. We need to put a little trophy in there. We need some kind of championship thing. You know what I mean? Like we need a version of that artwork to make that KD champion. Brown Gent, what is your parting shots for season 2? What do people need to know right now to be ready for tonight?
Don't forget the Gen 0 mint closes soon. So I think that's, if you really want to participate, if you want to be able to farm your own shards, not have to rely on other people to get them off them, you still have an opportunity to pick that up. I think, make sure you join the official Discord. I think, Doug, and the link is
Let's put a link to the official Discord. I think there's one in the description of this channel. Also, everyone subscribe to my channel, please. If you subscribe, it helps. And you'll get the videos to pop up for you and stuff when there's alpha to be out. And I'll probably be doing giveaways with subscribers and do a whole thing with that, right? I'm going to do a link right here, and I'll put it in the chat just so it's easy for you. Join the Discord if you're not in there for sure. And ask questions and check out what's going on and make friends and stuff. You know what I mean? Go really hard at JB and the team. They love it when you go hard at them, and it's always fun. And Kung Fu and Doctors, all these guys that brag about being so good at the game, like definitely go hard at them too. And but not me. Take it easy on me, please. And then it'll be a good time. So sum it up. Tomorrow, July 4th, this is the thing that's going to happen. Okay, it's going to be a thing. We're going to stream it. It's going to be the season 2 launch party. Okay, bring your hot dogs. Bring your s'mores, bring, all of your your beers that you have with you, and be there, baby. Bring a friend. Just invite one person. Bring them. Come on the stream. Be on the video with us, bro. Show your grilling skills. Maybe I'll give a award today if somebody's grilling. All right. I've got money in the bank, like they say in WWE, and it's in a briefcase, and you got to climb a ladder and get it. And you can only get it if you stand on the shoulders of your friend. Okay. So right now, Brown, Jet, and Chair, and Doc, who are you going to bring to the stream tomorrow? Name a friend you're going to bring. Chair, your wife does count, even though she's in the same household, but she doesn't actually count, okay?
Can I bring my wife? She doesn't play anything, but
no, you have to bring someone else.
Like later on, I can actually get her to like.
She counts as a half of a person, okay? If you bring.
Can I tell her that?
Chair, I can't hear you right now. Sorry.
I'm gonna bring my MSG Guild homies as well as my wife.
Yes. You're probably in a guild or some kind of thing. Bring them and just have them enjoy the chat, and I'll do a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? Like they can just show up and win free USDC. Whatever.
I'll definitely like bring people on. I'm tell you on the actual channel.
If they think I'm terrible and the game's terrible, that's fine. I don't care. Tell me about it. Like tell me to cut my hair or play better guitar, whatever, bro. We're here just to like rock out and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll have a live DJ come play. I don't know, bro. Like if I knew I'd have like 200 people watching, I would have a live DJ on the show. You know what I'm saying? But you guys need to get people to show up. You need to help me out, all right?
Of course.
I have a whole phone full of DJs that live right down the street that are like headlining festivals and shit, bro. Okay? Let's go. So, all right, tomorrow, July 4th, Independence Day. Bam, bam, bam. George Washington in the house, baby. Maybe I'll have a wig. Maybe I won't. It's going to be fun. Man, it's so much fun having you guys on the show, but let's go.
Introducing Dragon's Crossing, an addictive Web3 game modeled after Dungeons & Dragons. With just 15 moves a day, you must find the right balance to navigate each zone and climb the leaderboard. In the meantime, you can also find NFTs that will bolster your chance to win or can be traded to other players.
Lots to do. You understand.
Season 1 gave out a whopping $13,000 in prizes, and we only expect it to grow from here. Make sure you're ready for Season 2 by picking up an NFT hero through our limited time mint or via the secondary market on OpenSea. Will you be our Season 2 champion? Check out our website, dragonscrossing.com, for more information. Let's go!
That's right. Be there, be square. July 4th, 5 p.m. Eastern.